loads were late and that need a reason code. You can go in here. You can do it individually, so you could put the specific load ID in this section over here, and then hit search. And then that will bring up, you know, the origin information, the destination information, and then the dates and times the events occurred at. So it looks like this one, it looks like the time still needs to be entered, but you would put the delivery arrival time here, and then for the reason code, this is where the reason code would go, and you just have to click in the box and it'll bring a drop down menu for it, and then you just pick which reason out of this list why the load was late. And then you would select it and then just hit save, and then that would update that load's reason code. There is another way. So if you go to the carrier adjustment tab, might take a second. You can do, you can search for all of the late loads. I think it goes back only 10 days, but you can do the date range over here on the left. And then for delivery arrival to see if those are late. And then if you click late stops only and then search, should pull up. So these are, so it looks like you have 8. So you have 8 loads that were late for delivery arrival the past 10 days. And you can see the late reason codes are NS. So that stands for normal status. And that means that we do need an updated reason codes for these loads that say X1 NS. This one down here looks like it was updated, so you don't have to do anything there. But again, you can just click the box and it'll bring up the same drop down menu, and you just pick which reason code best suits why the load was late. And you can just go through all those and then click save, and those would be updated. Any questions there?
All right.
So for your communication scores, so if those are done through EDI, that's fine. If you're doing that manually through CSR, the dates and times and reason codes technically need to be updated within 30 minutes of the event. But obviously that's kind of a short window. So that metric is based for your communication scores. So if you're not able to do that 30-minute window manually, you can kind of go back like once a week, like every Tuesday. Let's say when you get the report, just go through this and just see which loads are late, and you can update the reason codes there. But the date and times, those should be updated within 30 minutes of the event happening. Mm-hmm.
All right, Christina. I have another question regarding the pickups, the delays.
Mm-hmm.
What is the information that are you considering late? Because the pickup, I mean, we have a pool in each lane in each facility in Ramos and in Apodaca dwelling in average like 5 days before the trailer is loaded. So in the pickup time, in the arrival time, it's the time that the trailer is um, available in your facility, or the time the trailer is picked up by the truck.
The time on the tender is when the load needs to be picked up. I know for the FDC, it's a little different. We kind of give a little bit of leeway for on-time pickup because sometimes, depending on transit, you may not need that full transit time. So some carriers pick up a little bit later than what the tender says, just because they can get there in a shorter amount of time. But on the tender, that is when the trailer should be picked up. So if your driver gets there a couple hours earlier than that, they will probably get their trailer picked up a little quicker. And also, if you have any late pickups, most of those can, if it's based off of like the transit, if you can do the load in less time than what the transit's showing, you can do the late pickups as shipper related, and that way it's not going to be counted against you.
The pickup is in resume related with the truck, right?
If it is an issue with the truck, you would do I think there is one over there for, you would do driver related or carrier dispatch error. But if you're picking up a little bit later just because you can do the transit shorter than what's given on the tender, you can do shipper related.
Got it.
Any other questions?
From my end, it's all. It's all.
Okay. Yep. And so if you want to go to this carrier adjustment tab, that's probably going to be the easiest, just to see the past 10 days, what you have showing late and needs reason codes updated. And then for the event, just do the pickup departure and then delivery arrival, because that's the two events that you're being graded off of. And then once you select one of those two, just hit search and it'll bring up any of the late loads. And then when you click in the late reason tab, it will bring down this menu again. So, and then that you would just pick from. But if you have any questions once you're doing it, you can always email me and we can jump on a call if you have any questions.
Christian, will do. And thank you. Thank you. Like it helps a lot.
Yeah, no problem. And then again, we'll look over your trailer pool once you send that over, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible for that as well. All right, I will talk to everyone next week or in a couple weeks.